This is the Patagonia Nano-Air Ultralight Full Zip Hoodie, a featherlight powerhouse designed for high output missions where breathability, stretch, and weather resistance are non-negotiable. At just 8.8 ounces, this hoodie is barely there. The shell and lining use a 1.6 ounce, 30 denier, 100% recycled polyester with an air-permeable shadow stretch ripstop that delivers mechanical stretch, exceptional breathability, and abrasion resistance, all topped with a PFAS-free DWR finish to shed light moisture. Inside, 20-gram full-range insulation keeps your core warm without overheating, with breathable underarm panels that vent excess heat and cut down on bulk where you don't need it. And yes, it's technical where it counts. From the slim, harness-ready fit and articulated patterning for full mobility, to the light touch expansion hood that fits perfectly over a helmet, this thing moves with you. Add a self-stuffing chest pocket with a carabiner clip-in loop and stretchy Kaplan Cool cuffs that wick moisture, dry fast, and push up when it's time to get hands-on, and you've got a piece that's perfect for all your climbing adventures. And like all great Patagonia gear, it's fair trade certified. As for sizing, I wear a size medium, and I'm 6 foot with a +4 ape index, and this is how it fits on me. So what's it like to use the Nano-Air Ultralight Full Zip Hoodie? Well, this is the piece I have the most experience with and the most time with in the Nano-Air Ultralight lineup. And when I first got my hands on this piece, I was blown away. I mean, this was my first introduction to Nano-Air Ultralight, and it instantly made me a believer in the product. I totally changed my layering system. I went from having a ton of base layers on and just trying to have a mess of a layering system, and this got me more streamlined. I mean, for basically the entire ice climbing season this year, I was wearing a t-shirt, even short sleeve, this in my shell, and it was more than enough to keep me warm on a lot of days. I mean, the only time where I'd go maybe adding another piece would be when it got down to like -30 degrees Fahrenheit, but a lot of times I'd just add a vest and I'd be good. So the versatility of this piece is crazy, and I seriously don't know how they got it so warm while it's still breathing really well, and with it being this lightweight. I mean, I thought Nano-Air Light was really awesome, and this just brings it to another level. And it's awesome to see that this piece is out. Like, this is a piece that is so versatile for so many different activities. I mean, this piece specifically is more tailored towards climbing because it's got a lot of climbing features to it. I mean, the fact that you can roll up your sleeves easily and it doesn't get restricted, so you can have like total motion of your forearms. That's great for rock climbing. But the fact that the hood is helmet compatible and it goes over the helmet, like, that is such a cool feature that I wish more pieces did. And it was awesome to use it because having your hood be fully insulated and be around your helmet, it kept you so much warmer. And that's why I think I was able to push the range of this piece so much colder than what I should be using it, because paired with what I had with a shell and everything, my core stayed perfectly warm while also not getting too warm. And that's a big thing that I have to deal with when I'm ice climbing, is like, if it's a slightly warm day, if you overheat a little bit on the climb, it's miserable because then you're sweating, and then once you get down, then you're not moving, and then you freeze. Where this piece manages heat and moisture so efficiently. I mean, this is seriously just, it almost feels like I'm cheating while I'm wearing this piece because it just does everything really well. I mean, I've been wearing this piece to do a lot of different activities recently. I mean, I've been dry tooling in it, I've been ice climbing it, and I've done a little bit of trail running in this piece, and it's worked great in all of them. Now, if there's anything I would say about this piece that would be negative, it's more about it's concerning. And a little bit of that is the durability. I would be a little bit hesitant to see how good it does long term, because obviously if you're dealing with an ultralight product, you're gonna have some shortcomings because you had to get so lightweight, but it's not that durable. Now granted, I have been surprised because I've been able to dry tool in this piece and I haven't put any holes in it. Same thing with ice climbing, and you're dealing with a lot of sharp objects. But I also don't see this piece surviving really well if you're doing off-widths. I would say it would probably get shredded, but a lot of things also get shredded at that point. So there's that. But I would be curious to see how long-term the face fabric does. Now there is a little bit of a quirk that I'm starting to see, is that this piece is pilling a lot, and it's not the face fabric that's pilling. It's almost like the insulation is leaking through the face fabric, and then you're getting a bunch of these like little white dots all around. And I feel like that's a little weird. And I don't know how long-term this will affect the jacket. Like, will you get spots where it's not as insulated because it's leaching out more? Maybe. Or maybe it's totally fine and you just ignore it. But it is one of those things that I am curious to see more down the road, like years down the road, how it changes the product. So I'd just be aware of that you are dealing with an ultralight product, so you are going to deal with some of those kind of durability issues. Now, the only other negative thing I would say about this jacket is funny, because as much as I love the hood, I have a slight annoyance with it. Now, the hood is great, but to get the hood on, it's very finicky. If you have the jacket fully zipped up, you cannot put the hood over your helmet. You actually have to unzip it a little bit so then you have enough like room and stretch to get the hood over, and then you can zip it fully up. On the flip side, if your hood is up and your zipper is fully zipped up, you can't pull the hood off. You have to pull the zipper down and then pull the hood off. It's these slight things that seem so like nuanced, and they don't seem like they really matter. But the few times that I've been out ice climbing this season, or this past season, and I've run into that issue, it's infuriating because I'm trying to get the hood on or the hood off as fast as I can, because I'm either really cold, I'm getting hit with spin drift, or I'm really warm and I'm overheating. And the fact that I have to bite the side of the jacket, desperately try to zip the zipper down while all locked off on the tool and just try to finagle it, that's a little bit annoying. Now, it's definitely nice that the zipper goes up that high and it creates kind of like that R1 style like mask. That's really handy, but it's so annoying to deal with when you're trying to get the hood on and off fast. And is it a really big thing to complain about? Not really, but it's just one of those slight little annoyances that happens every single time I use the jacket, where I'm just like, man, if they could have figured out a slightly more efficient way, this would have made the jacket like so much better and like perfect. Because as it stands right now, I'd say the jacket is near perfect. Now, I do say it is near perfect, and I should probably touch on why I think it's near perfect. And I feel like with this jacket, they hit the blend for insulation, breathability, and everything really well. And it's actually kind of unique because on this jacket, you have insulation on the arm, but not on the underarm and sides. And you also have insulation on the front and on the back. So you're hitting this point where you are having spots where there's no insulation, where you can dump heat really efficiently, and you have spots where, like near your core, where you want insulation, and the insulation that they have in this jacket is really good at keeping you warm. Or maybe not keeping you warm, but just taking the edge off. And I feel like that's perfect when you're moving fast. Like, you're already warm and you don't necessarily want to get super warm. So I feel like this piece is just great for that. And it's very apparent while you're climbing. Like, it is just awesome. So overall, if you're looking at the Patagonia Nano-Air lineup and you're a climber, I'd definitely say go with the full zip version of the Nano-Air Ultralight. I think it is just so perfectly tailored for the climber with all the features that you can't really go wrong with it. And the fact that this jacket was able to basically change up my whole layering system speaks numbers to how good this product really is, because I've been pretty dead set on my layering system, and this just totally changed everything. This is the Patagonia Nano-Air Ultralight Pullover. a minimalist mid-layer built for high output pursuits where every ounce and every breath counts. Weighing in at just 7.7 ounces, this quarter zip pullover keeps things lean without sacrificing performance. The shell and lining use a 1.6 ounce 30 denier 100% recycled polyester with an air permeable shadow stretch ripstop that delivers mechanical stretch, exceptional breathability, and abrasion resistance, all topped with a PFAS-free DWR finish to shed light moisture. Inside, you've got 20-gram full-range insulation that provides just enough warmth where it matters most, while uninsulated, breathable underarm panels dump heat fast and cut down on bulk. The two-way quarter zip lets you control ventilation on the fly, with a smooth, low-profile zipper garage that keeps things comfortable against the skin. And the technical slim fit is made to layer cleanly under a harness or backpack, with articulated patterning that moves effortlessly with you. Along with this, it's got stretchy Kapling cool cuffs that wick moisture, dry fast, and push up when it's time to get hands-on. And like all great Patagonia gear, it's fair trade certified. As for sizing, I wear a size medium. I'm 6 foot with a +4 ape index, and this is how it fits on me. Now, what's it like to use the Nano-Air Ultralight pullover? Well, it's very similar to the full zip hoodie, but it's just a pullover form. And for me, I actually kind of prefer this version a little bit better than the full zip. And though the full zip definitely has its place and its use cases and its advantages, I also like this piece more for like a general piece. I feel like if you were looking to get not the specialized version for climbing, this is a great piece because I'm using this piece personally for more trail running and I've been loving it. I mean, I just think Nano-Air Ultralight in general is such a great platform. I mean, it's super breathable. It's surprisingly warm for how lightweight it is. And it just works. Like, it doesn't restrict motion and anything. And it's been really crazy to use for just everything. I mean, I've ice climbed in this piece, I've dry tooled in this piece, and I've trail ran in this piece. And in all activities, it just works really well. And it's weird because this piece specifically is something that I didn't think I'd be trail running in a lot because I normally run really warm on trail runs and I just normally go with either a long sleeve shirt or a short sleeve shirt and I call it good. Whereas maybe I've gotten a little bit more sensitive to the cold and I've just been wearing this piece because it doesn't get too warm. And I think a big factor of that is that it's paneled where it doesn't have insulation everywhere. Like on the underarms and on the sides, there's no insulation, but there is insulation on the full front body. And I feel like in certain circumstances, even while climbing, I feel like this piece runs a little bit warmer than the full zip version. And it could just be because there's no zipper down the middle, and there is a little bit more insulation right here. But I definitely found on cold ice climbing days that this was running a little bit warmer. And I don't know if that's placebo or not, but I felt like it was. But even though it was running a little bit warmer, I was still able to approach with this piece on with a heavy backpack, and I was fine keeping it on the whole time. So it's a really versatile piece. And it's a great versatile piece if you want the Nano-Air Ultralight without the hood. And I feel like that's where this piece also shines, is you get all the benefits of Nano-Air Ultralight without the bulk of the hood and just a more streamlined silhouette. I mean, I'm a person who does like streamlined silhouettes. It's why I like the M10 Anorak. It's streamlined. And I feel like it's the same thing with this piece. And it might be why I'm gravitating towards this piece a little bit more, is that there's just not a lot to it. Granted, there's not a lot to the full zip one either, but it's just more streamlined. Like, there's nothing to get caught. There's no hood to get caught. And for layering, if you've got a bunch of different layers that have hoods, not having a hood on this layer is really nice. But even with that being said, the fact that you get a dual zip to vent is pretty cool. I know I was using that feature to do a lot of approaches this year for ice climbing. I mean, I had the neck zipped up all the way, but this fully vented out so I could just dump heat. So overall, the performance of this piece is really good. It's one of the best I've seen from a breathable insulation piece kind of ever, and I really enjoy using it. I mean, even the fit is just perfect, spot on. But if there's anything I'd have to say that I'm a little concerned about, it might be the overall durability. Now, it's just kind of the thing that you have to deal with if you go ultralight. You have to deal with some durability sacrifices. And I don't know if this piece is the most abrasion resistant. And I also am noticing, especially right here in this area where I'd be having a harness or if I'd be having a hip belt, I'm noticing that it's pilling a lot more. And it's not pilling the fabric, the face fabric, it's almost grabbing the insulation. So that's a little bit weird. I'm noticing that on both pieces, and maybe this one more so on the front, and on the other one it's kind of more on the inside. And this one's still on the inside too. So I'm kind of curious to see if long term that will have any implications. Like, are you going to be losing insulation? If it's doing that, is it going to create holes in the fabric? I don't know. I mean, those are questions for a much longer term review, and who knows, maybe everything will be fine. But it is one of those things that I'm seeing after a few months that makes me question long-term durability. So there's that. But even with that being said, Patagonia has the ironclad guarantee, so no matter what, you'd be covered. So overall, if you're looking to get into the Nano-Air Ultralight lineup, but you don't enjoy dealing with hoods and you actually dig pullovers, this would be the perfect piece for you. I cannot talk more highly about this piece, and I've been living in this piece.